Hey, what's up, guys? Thanks for staying tuned or tuning in and seeing some more of the Silver Dota Cup, a nice little South American league that is starting to, arise due to the increasing popularity of Dota 2 as an esport. So this is continuation of the fourth block. We are seeing Aesir International playing again, going up against Equo Umbras. And the way how this tournament is exactly working, because I accidentally said single round elimination last game. So what's happening is that there's these blocks of teams, and they're being matched up against each other, and they're trying to get as many wins as they can, because these have been the qualifying rounds. And based off the number of wins you get, these have single game matchups. You get all the wins you can get, and the highest amount of wins get to move on. And each winning team from the four blocks goes into the quarterfinals, and then from quarterfinals to semifinals, and yeah, and then we win. So anyway, that is exactly how this tournament works. There has been a lot of teams leaving recently, so there is a little bit of a switch up going on. So the scheduled teams are a little bit kind of kooky, but we're making the best of it. So anyway, Aesir International picking up a Templar Assassin and Darkseer. Templar Assassin, very powerful mid hero. With that refraction, being able to deal with harass, and she'll be able to harass very well herself with her side blades and her meld doing some extra armor debuff. And once she gets online, she just gets crazy and starts going everywhere. Darkseer, powerful off lane. You throw on your ion shells and you just disrupt everything. Ion Shell is just one of those very annoying abilities that actually just totally wreck the other team's farm if they aren't careful, and they can actually get them killed if not careful. And he also has Vacuum and Wall, which are great team fight controlling abilities. So Wall being able to do a little bit of damage and making replicates of the other team, so they can actually start doing some damage. And Vacuum pulling the whole team together. So we're gonna maybe see some great crowd control coming in from Team Aesir. So now Equo Umbras. So Invoker being picked up here. Invoker in this new meta, especially ever since they buffed the crap out of Wex, he's just kind of been highly desirable, and because of that, he's like probably one of the top picked and top banned heroes in this game now. I mean, it's just Tornado EMP is too strong. But also we've been seeing some Quas Exhort coming back. Quas Exhort has always been a very solid build. And it's still viable, and I'm starting to see that come back as well. So we'll have to wait and see how what this Invoker do. So Batrider being picked up here as well. Batrider is lately in this meta has been very desirable as well. He's a very in and out kind of hero. His Flaming Lasso is a great way to pull people out, especially doesn't matter if you have BKB or not. He'd be able to pull you out of your team and tease you apart if you're not careful. And he's typically ran in the off lane. He does well, and he also does well with his Firefly and Sticky Napalm to maybe get some kills if you're not paying attention. And also, that Firefly and Sticky Napalm is great for farming creep in the jungle. So we'll maybe see Batrider running around the jungle a little bit, try to rush a Blink Dagger, and then get a Force Staff, because that's typically the combo for what Batrider needs to do to be an effective Batrider. Also, Flame Break is a great way to split people up and tease apart enemy teams by just shoving them away from the break. So like if you position the break right, you can pull people towards you or push them away. It's a really handy and helpful tool. Luna being picked up on Team Aesir. Luna is a great can be a really powerful carry if she gets online. She has the ability to start getting online early, especially with that luminescent beam and the lunar and the eclipse. I was like lunar eclipse, derp. But anyway, eclipse allows her luminescent beams to be shot down over a few second period and just do some great damage to the other team, and it adds to team fight. She also has her Lunar Blessing, which increases her damage, which allows her to last hit a lot better, and it's great in the early game to get that early damage up. She also has Glaives, which allows her to push creep once she gets those bouncing glaives up, and it also does great damage in the team fights. And when it gets down to it for pushing down towers and racks, like when you get down there, she just totally melts it. It's just ridiculous. Those bouncing glaives are going to be everywhere. Equo Umbras picking up the Lion. Lion is a very powerful lane support. He has his Hex, which turns people into frogs, and also he has a stun, which is really great. To keep those enemies in place, and it's also potential for first blood. He also has this mana sucking capability, so he drains mana from other teammates and it regenerates mana for him. So people who are really reliant on mana could be in trouble here. Disruptor being picked up here. Disruptor is another one of those like quirky little heroes. I say quirky because he does a lot of position-oriented skills, and positioning is very important, as we all know in Dota. So you know, when we see his abilities like Glimpse, which send enemies back from 4 seconds ago, so like you can do some really weird things like glimpsing people back to base if they TP'd out, or if you need to escape, you can glimpse them back so they quit chasing you. Also, Kinetic Field is a great way to keep the team in place, and I'm seeing Darkseer and Disruptor kind of working together there. And then he could throw down a Static Storm, which is his ultimate ability, which is a massive AoE, damaging, silencing cloud of sadness if you get caught up in it, and it could spell trouble for Equo if they aren't careful. Eyes on that invoker. Silence is not your friend. So Equo picking up a Tide Hunter. Tide is just this super tanky, gets in there and just starts wailing on people, and he can uses, and he's known for his ultimate, which is Ravage. Ravage is this massive AoE, like nuke stun combination, which is great for initiation and allows for his team to get in there, just start wailing on everybody. And it's also great for counter initiation as well. He also has Gush, which allows for him to do a little bit of damage, and also an armor debuff. And also his Anchor Smash is a damage reduction. So once he smashes his anchor on other people, they don't hit as hard. And he also has his Kraken Shell ability, which is just this ridiculous damage block, and that's where he gets so freaking tanky. He just blocks so much damage. And also, when he gets to a certain damage threshold, he actually purges whatever possible debuffs or stuns or whatever he has on him. Lich being picked up here. He's a very powerful lane support. He's great for sacrificing creep and keeping the creep equilibrium more towards the tower, so if there's someone in the off lane or whatever, they have to be closer to their tower and be held more out of position. He also, by sacrificing creep, he can keep his mana up for a Frost Blast, and his ultimate ability is Chain Frost, which allows for great team fights coming in front. Looking at Darkseer and Disruptor again, he just adds to it by making the bouncing ball of death and sadness and despair on Equo if they're not careful. Weaver being picked up, last but not least. Weaver is just one of those heroes that just doesn't die. He has Sakuchi, which allows him to move at max movement speed and invisible, and he does a little bit of damage, and it just allows him to get everywhere, and it's spammable, so he's just constantly on your butt all the time. Germinate attack is him being able to throw a second attack right in a row, which spells a lot of damage if you're not careful. Also, he has that He also has Swarm, and that acts as an armor debuff and a powerful pushing tool. And we all know his ability Time Lapse, which allows for him to, you know, hey, I'm getting nuked the crap down here. I'm gonna just go back in time a few seconds, and it'll be like nothing ever happened. It's just kind of like a nice little reset. So speaking of Weaver, let's introduce Equo this time. We're seeing Potex on the Weaver. Then we also see the Invoker being played by Lelouch. Lion being played by Mephiaso. Tidehunter being played by a stand-in, Kazuya. And we also have Batrider round things out being played by Alquar D. Looks like the smoke gank is up, and we're already starting to see everyone turning on each other already. Lich could be in trouble here. Firefly on the Lich. Lich could be going down here. First blood. Lion picking it up right here. Kinetic field up on the Disruptor, trying to get his team out, and he's going to do so just fine. First blood already picked up. The bell just barely rang, so it's just like already we're seeing some great aggressive plays coming in from Team Equo. So that's a great way to get started and just to mess with a lot of people very quickly. You know, and an early first blood may not be that, you know, bad-ish. Like, I mean, it's 400 gold, but it's just a great psychological thing. And that's kind of like half of this game, too. There is a good portion of psychological warfare that goes on, and it kind of gets in other people's heads. So anyway, we also have Team Aesir. We saw them last time. So Thor on the Luna this time. We see Loki on the Disruptor. And to round out this tri-lane, we're seeing Freyr on the Lich. Rounding out this tri-lane. So it looks like it's going to be tri-lane versus tri-lane. So a lot of the action is going to be going on in the bottom lane. We see Templar Assassin run on the Odin. Anyway, and we have a stand-in, Bagger, playing the Darkseer. So right now we're seeing a smoke up already on the Lich and the Luna, so this is very interesting. Maybe we're going to get some sort of weird mid-gank going on here, or actually we're seeing a rotation maybe. I'm betting, if I'm a bet man, I'm going to see a rotation. They want this Luna to get farm. Luna is their greatest asset, and doing an early rotation like this will be very good. I mean, it's kind of sucks that they have to be forced to rotate, but at the same time, you know, when they need to, if they don't want to deal with Vess, I mean, I don't blame them. And Luna needs farm, so we'll just swap everybody out, put the Darkseer in, and just mess, and yeah, that's probably the best idea. Looks like Batrider could, you know, Batrider is going to have a little more fun here, going to be dealing with this tri-lane now. Batrider, if he gets held in place from that kinetic field, that could spell trouble for this Batrider. Darkseer doing what the Darkseer do, throwing up his Ion Shell, trying to, you know, do what he can to disrupt the farm of the Weaver. Weaver is going to try his best. Lion doing a weird pull, like trying to attempt to do a pull and keep the Darkseer pinned in, which is kind of cool at the same time. Darkseer, though, throwing up an Ion Shell, which is great, which allows for the creep to die instantly, and it kind of wrecks the pull. So, but Lion's pulling it. It's really weird. This is really weird for me. So, like, the pull is going on there for their side, which is kind of weird because, you know, but anyway, we're seeing Darkseer maybe. Oh, I see what they're doing. They want the creep there at the tower, right? So they can dive and go after this Darkseer as much as they can and just mess with the Darkseer. They're going to try to do it that way. I don't know how very successful that's going to be. We'll just have to wait and see. We are seeing a TP coming in on the Weaver. Weaver deciding to move towards the top lane, and we're seeing rotations again. So Weaver is like, you know what? No, we're going to keep this tri-lane up here. Firefly on the Batrider trying to harass a little bit, and Weaver picking up the Luna, and he's going to turn in on the Lich too, getting a double kill, and Disruptor is going to be going down as well. Triple kill for this Weaver already in this early game. Great for him. He's got 1,000 gold from that. What a rotation coming in, picking off the Weaver. Weaver picking everybody off. And meanwhile in mid, we're seeing a little bit of harass going in too on this Invoker and the Templar Assassin. They kind of man-fought a little bit, Templar Assassin with the double damage rune, so I don't know how much man-fighting could have been happening there, but Templar is really trying to keep control of this mid lane. We're seeing yet again another rotation coming in with the Darkseer up top. We're constantly moving around this game. The Luna tri-lane just does not want to deal with the tri-lane of Weaver and Tidehunter and the Lion. It's just too much harass. They really just don't really feel like dealing with it. It's just so annoying. Looks like we're seeing a smoke coming up on the Lion and the Tidehunter, and they're kind of move in here, like they're moving towards mid. Templar, you could be in trouble here. We're seeing maybe a little bit of a gank going on here. Smoke has been dissipated. We're seeing cold snap on the Templar. Templar is taking a lot of damage here. Is she gonna get out? She's gonna get out just barely. She's gonna meld. She's going to be safe. She's going to head, just totally stay. Oh, but Luna going down here from the Batrider, and Batrider's just going to keep going after this Disruptor. Disruptor is taking a lot of stacks of sticky napalm. This could be a lot of damage. Batrider is going to back out though. And this is kind of what happens with Batrider. Like if you get a lot of stacks of sticky napalm up, you get a lot of damage going here, and it's just so annoying. And looks like we're seeing rotation coming in with the Tidehunter and the Lion, and they're gonna start going after this Luna again. Luna is in trouble. Luna getting stunned. Batrider going after Luna. Luna is frogged. Luna is gonna go down again. This is a rinse repeat kill. Batrider caught under tower a little bit, but it's not gonna do a whole lot. Yeah, Disruptor just cannot save the Luna. They cannot keep the Luna safe. Luna is just going down so much, and that could spell disaster. I'm looking at last hits right now, and Weaver with 30 last hits. He's topping the charts with all these rotations. He's still getting plenty of CS, and because of the kills too, he's also doing very well for himself as far as levels go as well. Templar Assassin following up with 28, 29 last hits now, and Batrider and Invoker are kind of neck and neck with 21, 19 last hits, and it just kind of trails down from there. Looking at hero level, Invoker and Templar Assassin and Darkseer and Batrider are all trailing, fighting for first with level 7. Midas being picked up on the Invoker, so we're gonna see this Invoker try to keep going off of this, and he can. He's kind of got a little bit more room coming from his team's tri-lane, so he could get more levels and farm that way. And a 7-minute Midas isn't really that bad, which is pretty good for him. It looks like we're seeing Darkseer just duking out with the Weaver. Weaver is going after the Darkseer though, giving him a little bit of harass. Excuse me. Darkseer is going to be surging out and dealing with that just fine. Looks like a mid gank going on after the Templar. Templar is in trouble here. She tried melding, but they have vision, so Templar is going to try to get out. It's so close. She's going to go down. That Forged Spirit is taking down too much armor and just enough right clicks to take her down. It is 0 and 7 right now. Looking at the kills right now, Weaver topping the charts at 3, and then everyone else starting to pick up kills as they see fit. This is spelling too good for Team Aesir right now. They are kind of having a little bit of a rough time here. Got off on the wrong foot. It is early yet though, so we'll have to wait and see what's going to be happening. But just this constant rotation of the Tidehunter and the Lion is just ridiculous. Tidehunter with the gushing and the armor debuff, and Lion with the stunned frog is just so powerful. And Lion just disrupting that much and being that annoying is just ridiculous. It's just so, it's such a powerful wombo combo. Something you don't really think about. Well, at least I haven't really thought about. I have to add that to my repertoire. But anyway, Weaver is level 7, about to be level 8. He's doing very well for himself. And now they've kind of left Luna alone a little bit. Luna is still a little bit behind, 21 last hits. She is got browns and 1,000 gold in her pocket right now. I'm looking at net worth. Yeah, it's pretty much the big three of Weaver, Invoker, and Batrider. They're all kind of just topping the charts. I mean, Templar's right behind Batrider, but we all know they're getting all the gold right now. Just kind of a slow start. Lion is doing... Looks like we're seeing a little bit of an aggregation up top coming from Equo, and they're just going to come in and they're going to take this tier 1 right here. That's what they want. You could tell. They got tier 1 blood in their eye. They want some towers now, and they could totally start doing it too. Darkseer throwing up an Ion Shell, trying to prevent that from happening, and he could do so pretty well. Batrider with the Firefly, he does have Blink as well. He is just kind of like lying in wait and maybe get a pick off here, going after the Darkseer. Darkseer is going to Surge though, and he does not want any of that. So it looks like he's going to have to back out a little bit, causing this tier 1 to have to go down. Glyph is up. They aren't going to use it though. They're going to just let that tier 1 go. They just can't. They cannot deal with that right now. It's just... And they don't want to waste the glyph for that. It's just, eh. If you're not going to defend it afterwards, it's kind of pointless having a glyph. So, Luna is continuing to farm. She is going for Midas, however. It's 10 minutes in. I'm kind of questioning that. Typically, you want to get Midas relatively early, but... she's going for the uber late game, maybe. So we'll have to wait and see how that goes. Equo's just got to keep it going, I think. And 2 Midases equaling out the gold gain, so we'll have to wait and see how that continues onward for this game. We are seeing rotation coming in with the Lion now, and Weaver is coming in as well. Weaver with sitting with 2,000 gold at the moment. It's just we're gonna have to, and we're seeing some rotations coming in with the Lion. Tidehunter again. Lasso on the Templar. Templar could be in trouble here. Templar is gonna refraction up. She's gonna get out just in the nick of time. That refraction is going to be doing a lot of saving for her, I think, at this time. But that Firefly is going to be doing so much damage. Invoker taking the mid tower while all this is happening. We are seeing like 4v4 kind of action going on here between the two teams right now for bottom tower. We're going to have to wait and see. This is going to have to be a team. There is going to be a team fight here. It's all kind of just a matter of time. We are seeing Templar going after the Batrider. Batrider is going to... But we're seeing Lion getting sucked in, but he's going to use a stun to try to get out. Darkseer is taking a lot of damage. He's going to go down. Weaver picking him off, and Weaver going to be picking... Oh, Batrider picking off the Templar Assassin, but it looks like a double kill for the Batrider. And it's a 4-man wipe already. Luna is awfully low. She just decided to get out while she still could. Wow. GG is called already. It's very fast game. Yeah, that's it. Equo, they really just got off. That was it. I didn't even have a chance to look at graphs. No, that's not fair. But I mean, there's just so much action going on. You couldn't really stop to look at like the graphs and stuff. So Team Equo just got off and ran, and that's what happened, and that's it. That was a very fast game, 12 minutes and 46 seconds. So and that just kind of wraps things up for today. This was game 3. The first game was supposed to happen, but apparently there was another forfeit. So lots of forfeits going on. It's a little bit of weird scheduling, so bear with us as so yeah, sorry about that. We'll try to keep you guys update as much as we can as far as like the scheduling goes. But anyway, this has been Scap from 4 States. You can check us out on Twitch. I'll give you guys the link right now if you guys want to check that out. And right now, last I checked, we had 97 followers. It would be really great if you guys went on there and click that follow button. It would be great if we could get to 100, and I would just be able to turn to my team and just be like, guys, we got 100, yay! That'd be awesome. But yeah, so please do that. It would be really great if you did. Also, if you looked at the upper right hand corner, I do have a Twitter at ScapTV if you guys want to follow me there too. I will post funny things. I also post when I'm going to be casting games. So if you guys like listening to me ramble on and being your eye in the sky, yeah, follow me on Twitter and you'll know when I'm casting, and you can just tune in on Twitch and just keep watching. So yeah, anyway, as always guys, good luck, have fun, and I'll see you guys the next time. See you tomorrow.